Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Guten Tag. Morning, nice and decent people. Hope everyone is well. Big up to Matty. Big up to Matty, brother Matt, the Southern Gooner. That boy delivered a sermon over there this morning. I can't follow that. So if you're expecting the same kind of sermon you just got over by Southern Gooner, sorry to disappoint you. Because I can't preach like Matt. Damn. I was preaching. Big up to Matt still. Matt is what we call the DSGB, you know, the down south, the Georgia boy. You know, he can deliver a sermon. Matter of fact, I think Matt gives Dr. Seymour Butts a run for the money with his wordplay, the way he's nice with it. So I thoroughly enjoy taking in that type of content, but I can't deliver a sermon like Matt. But big up everyone tuning in still. Big him up for the raid. Now, one of the good things about playing midweek football, you know, we don't play every Monday night like Man United. Playing midweek football gives you a chance to quickly get over your weekend fuck-ups, right? And essentially, Club Brugge and Wolves gives us a chance. Am I stuttering? Is my internet iffy today? Because I see my screen flickering. If my audio is off, please let me know. Because this internet be acting funny in the morning sometimes. Yep, but big up. So we can right the wrongs, put that 3-point debacle. We can bury that film. We don't even have to look at it of what we did at Villa Park at the weekend. We can just look forward to Wolves and this Club Brugge qualifying top 8 for the rest of the Champions League. Because the last thing we need is a dip in form in Europe as well. Yeah. Now, a couple of admin notes from yesterday's FA Cup draw. Should any of you care? Most of you probably don't, but I do. Because as you people know, I am very fond of the FA Cup. I desperately want to win that. It's one of the few flexes that we have as Arsenal fans, where we can say we have won this cup the most times. But Man United are way too close to us. We want to put some distance between us and them. And I think there are 4 Premier League teams that will go out in the third round because there are 4 Premier League matchups. So I think for all intents and purposes, we can say bye-bye Tottenham and bye-bye to Man United. They're out because they got Brighton and Aston Villa respectively. But we got Portsmouth, and I like that draw. I don't like the whole give me the tough guys, give me the no. Give me Coventry in the next round, give me Grimsby and shit, all that. I want the easiest route. So I'm very pleased with that FA Cup draw. I think it's on the road though, but either way, I'm calm with it. What are we saying? I have to let me tap back into the chat and big up everyone who came over from the Southern Gooner. Big up to my bro, the Waffle Don. Man, like Monster is here. Hendo was taking in some of the sermon. 1.5K. I'm almost 1.85K. Almost there, man. One at a time. And I big up the community. I want to big up the community in getting our Latvian Gooner to 1K subs. And it's been working hard, working diligently. And I previous morning and I see Latvian Gooner on 1K subs. So big up to the community who's been supporting the Latvian Gooner. Onwards and upwards. Big up. Big up to Waffle Don. Ain't that question you need to answer yourself, VBK Sports? I called you out on this about Crystal Palace the other day. Call me on what? Remind me what we're talking about. Because Sheldon like to think he has got you questions for people, but remind me of what we're talking about, my G. And then we will move. English Premier League 25-26 champions. Manchester City. I don't know, man. And man, Sheldon giving everyone their big ups. Yeah, I rarely start the show with a raid, people, so I have to just dive in here and big everyone up before I go into my monologue. Big up to Jace. Hope you're good, my G. Hey, can't stay. I'm happy with the Barnsley at home, right? Yeah, you know, the easiest route, bro. I don't know what man be on when they want the tough drop. Nah, fuck all that. I want the easiest draw. Easiest draw. Sheldon at war with everyone. Now, Sheldon's that guy that make the meeting at work last the extra 2 hours because he has a question or a comment or a caveat after. You know when the meeting's about to wrap up and they say, anyone have any questions? And you're like, no, shut the fuck up. We're trying to get out of here. Get that vibes. That's the vibe I get. Big up to Kurt. Big up to Kurt. Big up, man. I say my Man City fan. Riyadh predicted you to walk away with the league title in May of 2026. Now, if we have something to say about that, you know, we can be party spoilers because that's what I call Chelsea, right? Like Chelsea have no stake in the title race, right? You know, we see Matits work for every team playing Arsenal, but when it's their turn to do something, they couldn't, right? Even though they took 2 points from us, but still, they're the home team that should have won that, right? Now, if we have something to say about the title race and we match week 33, we go to Man City and we need to win, do I trust? Right? Do I have faith in Mikel or fear in Pep? Do I have faith in the guy that's never done it? Or do I fear the guy who's snatched our chain over and over again? You know, logical train of thought say you would fear, respect, you know, put some respect on the guys who've actually done it over and over again versus the nearly men or the almost, right? Oh, we're almost there, right there, but not quite there yet. Big up to Darren. Hope you're good, my G. 30 people locked in. But this is crazy, right? When a City fan say, I'm not getting carried away yet. Meanwhile, there were Arsenal fans, and we know who they are. We don't need to name drop today, that were declaring the Premier League over in match week 9 in October. Now, that's as close as carried away that you can get, right? Because if Manchester City, right? If Manchester City or a Real Madrid or a Bayern Munich are running away with the league in October and one of their fans say, hey, we're walking the league this year, no one would care. Everyone would be like, yeah, you know what? They have to know how they've been here. They've done that many, many times. No one would call them delusional, this and that. But the fact that we've never done it, that's why the chest was weird to me back in October. We're walking the league. Do you believe? Quad talk and all that stuff. And truth be told, if we played Manchester City this weekend for the title, we'll probably lose it because they're 2 points behind. And the game would be at their ground. You know what I'm saying? Big ups. Some dappins going through. Some dappins. Waffle Down says, City fans are confident right now. I ain't seen hardly any in your chat before. Nah, Kurt's been around before. I've seen Kurt before. I think Kurt came over from League Underside, but I've seen Kurt before. Comes across as a very humble Man City fan, which is crazy, right? Because imagine the chest we would have. Right? City got 2 hard games coming up. Real Madrid away tomorrow and Crystal Palace away in the league. I think you'll win that. The Real Madrid game, draw, whatever. Not of great confidence, but I think you beat Crystal Palace this weekend because of their Thursday Sunday matchup. I was referring to the stream title, as in the thumbnail is in fear in Pep or faith in Arteta. But you mentioned Crystal Palace. That's what I'm saying. I didn't get the reference with Crystal Palace. I don't. Me fearing Arteta, fearing Pep, and faith in Arteta kind of lost me there, but big up. I said the one seen Boy 10. Yeah, I've seen him. I saw Boy 10 yesterday on Don't Waste the Trip. He was active in the chat. Now, I hope Boy 10 doesn't watch this on the playback and think that we're gunning for his neck. Like it's a safe space, but the same chest that you forward with when we're winning, you can't just disappear, because then when you come back around with the chest, it's not going to be respected. You can't just come around when we win and ask, do you believe? You can't. It's like the criticism that we give Arteta over here would be completely invalidated if we didn't big him up when he did something good. You know what I'm saying? City beat Palace easy. I think they'll beat them easier than we think. And that's only based on Palace have a small squad. They have a very small squad, and they're competing in that competition that they really can win. I really believe they have a shot at that Conference League. If West Ham can win that shit, they can win it. There are teams in that thing that don't even belong nowhere in Europe. Big up, man. Big up. Sheldon says, City fans, we've never seen one before. Have to cherish this moment. Rare gem. I mean, like hearing, bro, even here in Seattle, lots of City fans. Like young kids in New York now, NYCFC, lots of City fans. I'm pretty sure the boys in London probably see City shirts popping up all over the place. Anyone in the chat who lives in Manchester, I'm pretty sure that city is slowly turning Carolina blue, sky blue. I'm not gunning for Ward 10. I just want to get his take on in the recent different form. So the take it would be something like this. I'm not speaking for him, but I see the energy coming from that side, right? The energy coming from that side is we weren't going to go invincible. We were going to lose games. We were going to drop games. Which is fair. We weren't going to get 100+ points, right? Most people predict that 90 points can win the league this year. We're still well on track to get 90 points. However, I think it's very important that we discuss our recent away form. Our recent away form is very relevant to the title run-in. Dropping points at Sunderland, away at Stamford Bridge, and away at Villa. 2 points from a possible 9. That's not title-winning form. Home or away. Not good. Right? So you take those things into account. Okay, on the back end, we no longer have to go to those grounds. But on the back end, you don't know what the hell will happen, especially the way our guys are just falling like flies, especially our defenders. Because we're known for our clean sheets, but all of a sudden the clean sheets have dried up. We've only kept 1 clean sheet in like the past 5 games, huh? We've been conceding. David Raya went from not seeing the ball going into the net to picking it up every game now. Clean sheet was against Brentford. Before that, Chelsea scored, Bayern scored, Tottenham scored. We've been conceding at an alarming rate. But hopefully we keep a clean sheet today as well. You must feel like a tourist. No, Kurt is a real one, man. Michael says, fear Pep. He's gaining in Lego Head, or gaining in on Lego Head. The only thing what will stop City from having a big chance to win the league is our defense, even knowing City's defenses has been bad this season. It's not the same as 2 seasons before. Now, I hear that shout. Now, that leads me into one of the points that I wanted to discuss this morning with City's defense, because as I just alluded to, we're not keeping clean sheets like that anymore, right? We've been conceding, conceding 2 away at Villa Park, 2 away at the Stadium of Light. Not ideal, but we're conceding. Now, this gives Mikel Arteta an opportunity, right? That's what we love about life, right? It gives you a great chance. Opportunity comes at you and you can take advantage of them. It gives Mikel an opportunity to let his attack carry him. Because you have the best center backs in the world out. Yesterday, Sheldon said, hey, Gabriel and Saliba were better than Kolo Touré in the Invincibles. Hey, I'm not here to change his mind about it. You know, the Invincibles team were invincible for a reason. I'm not taking any of these players over any of those players. But that's a conversation for a different day. However, the fact that our defense, our best defensive partnership is out, and the guy that was third in line for that defensive partnership in Christian Mosquera is also out. Now, Mikel, you have an opportunity to coach and attack. You might have to do some 5-4s like Manchester City just did. Now, 5-4 doesn't look great on the defense that Kurt is alluding to here. However, it's 3 points. Forget the 5-4. The number that matters the most was the 3 points. A 5-4, a 1-0 margin. You still get a 1 in the plus column of your goal difference. And if you can see 4 goals and your attack is firing, all of a sudden you have confident attackers. And you know how dangerous Man City attack can be when they get more confidence. You see that Cherky Rabona assist does look like a player that's lacking confidence. That looks like a man who's well informed, who believes he can do anything. And that's what he did. So the opportunity presents itself, and the schedule has assisted. The schedule has tossed you a lob, okay, Mikel Arteta, because we just saw Man United's dead attack go to the Molineux and put 4 past these men. They are coming to the Emirates. Let your attack take the game to them, because you are going to need your attack because your defensive partnership is out. 3 of your 4 starting center backs are injured. So you have to go play football. None of this 1-0 shit. None of this, let's score 1 goal and bring the defense onto us and see if we can see out the game. No. That has not worked. That cost us points at Sunderland. That cost us points against City at home. And that cost us points against Villa. Go win the game. You must. You know, if you're a boxer, right, and you know you have a wicked knockout punch, but you know you have a weak chin, you just have to knock out the other boxer before they lay one on you. Now, in the heat of a fight, can they lay one on you and catch you? Yeah, it will happen. So we probably will lose another game, maybe even 2. But you can't draw another 10 games trying not to lose, because that would put us at 13 draws just like last year, and that will cost us the league. So in all the fog and the hoopla of us losing at Villa Park, which is not the end of the world, like James says from the Gooniverse all the time. You know, losing at Villa Park and losing at Anfield, not the end of the world. Tough results. However, you had opportunities to win the game. So now the opportunity presents itself for you to actually go coach and attack and go outscore team. None of this control stuff. Control the game was with goals, not death by 1,000 passes. Was it the 2022 or the 2018 World Cup when Spain passed themselves out the World Cup? Had a record number for passes, like 1,000 passes, and end up losing. Got kicked out of the damn World Cup, dominating possession like 80%. We can't have that. So he must. Boy 10 crying in his room right now. He's just waiting for the opportunity to jump back into the spaces and say, see, I told you, man, you didn't believe. Palace play Thursday in the Conference League, and that's I'm leaning on this heavily, Endo. I'm leaning on this heavily, and I think Pep will look at the lineup that Glasner fields on Thursday, and based on the minutes that their top guys play, their top guys, I'm talking about Wharton, Mitchell, Mateta, Sarr, Pino, and then he'll pick his lineup based on what he thinks Glasner is going to rotate and do. I heard Munoz may be out because he caught a case or something like that. Not sure. Big up to DG2, say big up BBK in the chat. If we get a decent FA Cup versus Bournemouth, hope we can get the win. Yeah, there's no excuse why we can't beat Bournemouth. Can't even actually gonna. It's no Arsenal fans in Spain. I wouldn't expect too many of them unless they relocated from England. I'm pretty sure there are quite a few up there. I got to be honest. The Villa game is I would have taken a draw. They are a good team, but Odegaard seems to think he doesn't have to defend. The problem is anyone else who thinks they don't have to defend get hooked. And now he's coming back from injury and he gets 2 full 90s. Full 90 at Brentford, full 90 at Villa Park. Right, has been found wanting when he has a job to do. Now you see that clip floating around with the reaction of the guys after we conceded, beating the ground in that in disappointment, in anguish, in agony. It's kind of like I don't know what to pull from that. Yeah, you lose a game, but the reaction was like, damn, we just missed an opportunity here. Missed a massive opportunity. Palace are 18th in the Conference League, need the win on Thursday. They won't be able to rotate much against the tires that City. And this is what I was on. Right there with you, Jace. Can you believe the first UCL game kicks off in just 10 minutes? Are you having a laugh? Really? Oh, shit. Carry it. So this is the team that we have. I think this team is in our group, right? This is the team we have in match week 8. So we win or get a point today, we should be through, especially with a win. Might be okay with a point. 16 might be the safe zone. But 18 points, we're done. And I don't enter Club Brugge. No, well, enter them. And who's the other game? The other Champions League game. Full rotation. Get Ethan some minutes. Get everybody some match sharpness. Now we will see how good Arteta's tactics are. Squad is there, no excuses. Big up. At the moment, I have an argument with some fans telling me that Mikel is not the issue due to the lack of rotation. I told them, what's the point of having a large bench and not using it? The only plausible explanation that I could say to this is he has the bench. And I think, matter of fact, I think you, Mark, or someone in this chat has said it. Someone in this go-to chat has said that the bench was there for injuries, not for rotation. So he's essentially waiting for someone to run into the red before he rotates. But part of it, I think, is because we're not blowing teams out. We're not dominating teams. It forces him to play these guys longer than he really wants to. Because I do believe he wants to take a Declan Rice out. He wants to take out a Zubimendi or a Saka, but it's 1-0 in the 88th minute. He can't do it. Right? When City was 4-1 up or 5-1 up at Fulham, Pep takes off Nico Gonzalez and brings on John Stones. Then they proceed to concede 3 more goals. But they had such a big buffer, they won the game. And then you see City at the weekend, they look so fresh. Because those extra 30 minutes that Nico Gonzalez probably would have to play piles up in the end. I got confidence with Pep, and our attackers in the midfield has got better since last season. It's not perfect yet. It's better than ours. Blister in attack. Another thing is, how is it possible that we can go on a mad run and just have 2 points more than City? How is it possible? So this is the thing that they were talking about with the 18-game run. It's not a mad run. It hasn't been a mad run. We've dropped 12 points out of 15 games, but that doesn't sound good. So that's why they throw the Champions League fixtures in there to make it sound like it's better than it is. It's PR. Because if I ask you over the next 18 games, do you think we will do the same thing where we keep 8 clean sheets in a row? Win 5 in a row and 8 of them are clean sheets? Do we think over the next 18 games in all comps? Or let's spot the next 18 games, the next 15 Premier League games. Do we think we got a 2-point lead on Manchester City? Or do we think they go above us? Serious question. It wasn't a mad run. The run was overstated. Especially with the clean sheets. Hopefully Saliba will be back for the Wolves game. Gabriel back in 3 weeks. The squad is good enough to win the next fixtures. Yeah. The onus is on the manager to coach the attack to go score some goals. Because now you just can't rely on your defense. They're out. And let's not do this try to rush them back shit. Let's not do the short-term gain because it's going to cause us some long-term pain. That's probably a bar Matty would have used earlier. Playing for draws, you get that gold trophy, though. Nah, we had 90 points that season. 9-0. I think 90 points won the Premier League this year. We had 14 draws last year. Couldn't even get 80 points. We dropped 21 points from winning positions last year for those 14 draws that we had. Now, just take 7 of those. Not even all of those 14 draws. Just take half of them. 14 points, and you add them to our total. Not saying we would have won the league, but we would have made a race out of it. Would have been there or thereabouts. Because I do believe if Liverpool needed to keep winning last year, they would have turned it up a notch. Big up to the chat, man. 35 of you all legends locked in. What's the like count looking like? Haven't even asked yet. 30 minutes in, but goated. This is definitely a dead rubber game. Big up to Caps in the building. Waffle Don, Gabe, KP in the house. Big you up. City still have to play a strong team tomorrow against Real because Pep will want to win that game. Yeah, I mean, I think, but the thing is, City have a good enough squad to get something from Madrid, right? And I know it's the Champions League and Real Madrid in the Champions League, but we have seen this Real Madrid team lose to Sheriff in the group stages before. We've seen it. Like in the group stages, they typically don't blitz teams. We just saw these men go to Anfield and get punched up. 1-0, flattered Real Madrid. They should have lost 4-0. I'm sure LFC Monster would agree. They should have lost 4-0. We just seen Celta Vigo go to the Bernabeu and rough them up at the weekend. Got Real Madrid, they're up and down. So, let me have a look at the Champions League table to see what the hell is going on. Real Madrid are 5th, City are 9th. Yeah, makes for a great game, I might go down to the pub today and check this one out if I got time. Matter of fact, a quick admin note, I probably won't make it to the pub because I might be with DJB at 10:30 tonight. So I'm 8 hours behind. So it's 2:30 my time, 10:30 your time. Check out DJB. Maybe on him. 80% confirmed, but not 100 yet. I do have some stuff to do today. But big up. Big up to Caps. Rice didn't train today, by the way. He shouldn't. Man, let him rest. Let him sit. Let those legs rest. Because we know that once he's out there, he has a certain level that he maintains. He doesn't let his level drop. Regardless of the opponent, regardless if he's in the midfield with Zubabendi, Marino, Eze, Odegaard. He has a certain level. Him and Timber have set a bar for themselves this year. And they, for all intents and purposes, they're dominating their positions. I'm sure you will bottle it again. As long as Mikhail is our manager, it's very hard for me to push back on any kind of bottling narrative because we've done it. There are fans in every country of every club. Not everyone wears a team jersey or flaunts their fanship. Because if it wasn't for the crest behind me, most people, if they tune in, they will never see me in an Arsenal kit until we start winning. I'll be tempted. I'll be wanting to put the kits on and rep the team. But these men just make it difficult for me when I see men playing hopscotch in the box. In the 80, in the 90 plus 4 minute, and we concede at the death. It's just a bad one. Big up Caps, man. KP. So for sure we're gonna go on a run again. Our lead will be way more than City's in 15 games time? I'm not so sure, bro. I'm not so sure because from this comment, I will take that you're saying that City peaked early. I mean, who is more inclined to go on a dip and a run? I've seen City win 15 games in a row before. 13, 14, 15 games. I've seen us going on 18 unbeaten. Remember under Emery, we went 22 unbeaten, but there was a couple of draws in there. But I've seen City put just greens all over the board, W's everywhere. You know, like when Claire pops in and gives those memberships, and it's just green, 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 green. I have to see it, you know? Over here in America, we have a state called Missouri. They call it the show me state. You can't tell anybody from Missouri shit. You have to show them. No matter how convincing you are, you cannot tell them anything. You have to show them. So until this team show me that they can go, give me 8. You don't even have to be 10, 50. Give me 8 wins. The next 8 games, 24 points on the board. Bang. Let's do it. And say, City, can you match that? Because if in 15 games time, our lead has grown on City, then we have a very good chance of winning the league. You know, I was tuned into the Gooners therapy yesterday because my brother, the Waffle Don, was on there. That's what happened. You may need to start bringing the Waffle Don on your panels, yeah? Because if he's on there, we watch. And there was a time when they were going around the panel and they said, what percentage do you think that Arsenal has to win the league? You know, Positive Dan said 85%. There was another brother on there. I'm not sure his name. He was the positive guy. He said 80%. Waffle Down was a little lower. The number was a little lower, higher than I would have went, but still a high enough number. Believing in the squad is good enough to win this Premier League. I'm a little lower. You know, I'm less than 50. I'm less than half. I'm more down in the 30s. And that's purely down to the Arteta tax. That has nothing to do with the fact that we don't have these world-class players. It has nothing to do with the fact that we don't have this bona fide striker in our team. Because on yesterday's stream, I went back a couple of seasons, as far back as we can go. And it's very difficult for you to find a team that has won this Premier League over the past 10, 15 years without an elite level striker. All the way back from Haaland to Aguero to Vardy to Van Persie to Dzeko. Mo Salah is the wide forward for Liverpool for all intents and purposes. But that Liverpool front line had Sadio Mane and Salah scoring 20 goals each. We don't have that. So that's one of the reasons. But the Arteta tax, I tell you, it's real. KP said we need our squad fit, and I think our run is crazy. I don't think City will win every game. See, the thing is, we just need our squad fit. See, that's the thing, though. You say we just need the squad fit. It's not that easy with Arteta. It's not. Because I read something that we've had 93 injuries since the start of the 23-24 season. That is gross negligence. Like 23, unfortunate. 33, bad luck. But 93, god damn. What are we doing? Muscular injuries, you know. If it was that easy, just need our squad fit, it would have been fitter than it is now. Of course, we're gonna get injuries, but shit, man. Like he is running to the players into the ground and then complaining about the fixture congestion. I don't like that. Man getting injured in training. Players with great fitness record turn up to Arsenal. Out for 3 weeks. What the fuck? 43 locked in. Can we get 30 likes, people? Can we? Big you up. Appreciate everyone checking in. Adding to the football conversation. It's greatly appreciated. The hopium, the copium. You can't be hopium if I've watched what we have watched this season. What we have watched this season, KP, is we pick up 2 points from our last 9 away games, or from 2 points from a possible 9 from our last 3 road games. That's what we watched. You know, we can't just paint with the positive brush. We have to look at the team holistically. 2 points from a possible 9. That's not title-winning form. Came down to the death at Newcastle. 1-0 Fulham. 1-0 West Ham. 1-0 Palace. Convincing wins. Once we start getting convincing wins, this may happen. We may get our squad fit because then we won't have to play guys till the 88th minute. Take him off at the 68th minute, rest. KP is the positive brother. Arsenal haven't broken 90-point mark yet. It would have been 89 points. Yep, 89 points. 90 would have won the league. We beat Man City that year, we would have won the league. Or we had beaten Villa that year, we won the league. 23-24. DG said, my starting 11 versus Club Brugge. Kepa, White, Saliba, Nkapie, Calafiori, Norgard, Zubi, Ethan, Saka, Gyökeres, Madueke. I wouldn't even start Saka. Start Max. Start Max. You know, or I'd even start Eze. You know, and Raya, really. Kepa will play the FA Cup and the League Cup games. Need to rest Rice, MLS, White, because we shorten the defense at the moment. 100. 100. Waffle Down said, have we lost pride in our club? Nah, not really. We still love the club, innit? It's just the club has to give us something to be proud of. And our recent memory haven't been good ones. Like, it should be a shame that a club like Arsenal, we haven't won the Premier League in our home ground. You know what I mean? We moved to this ground. It will be 20 years. Right? 2026 is what? A couple of weeks away? It will be 20 years. What big club that you know can say they've been in their ground for 20 years and haven't lifted their domestic trophy? Give us that. Give us something to be proud of. That is mad. We have to go back to Highbury. Man, this Wolves team is going to be one of our worst teams. Has to be one of the worst teams I've ever seen. Don't want to see us put in a cagey 1-0 performance similar to Port Vale where we just create a few chances. My head will be hot. Yeah, they are, brother. They are straight ass. I knew they were bad, but I didn't know they were that bad. And I feel bad for that Welsh brother that's coaching them. But brother, they might not get 10 points. They come to the Emirates. Then I think they got Liverpool. Then they have to go to Old Trafford and Brentford. It's long. Big up, Ozzy. Big up to you, bro. I said, what faith? There ain't no thief whatsoever. 6 years of this shit, man. What faith? Big up to Dre FC, Liverpool fan in the building. Big you up, Dre. Hope you are good. I told, man. See this damn Dre here? Yeah? Dre, you know we have those conversations. This is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about when you're saying we should have gone on and do this and to do that. That was only, 3 match weeks ago? And I'm forecasting, and I asked you, bro, like, do you know who our manager is? And here we are. I'm not this high. I'm about half of this. That's a very specific number, 68%. So I'll go half of this, and I would say I'm 34%. I think we have a 34% chance of winning the league title with Mikel Arteta as the manager. We're enjoying a good title race. Finally, no one should be running away with it. Hey, man. Let United put a couple of wins together and see if they don't start talking. Because they were yesterday, I think they went from 12th to 6th. They'll be right back around. Riyadh, Wednesday, UEFA Champions League. Bernabeu. This is match of the day, isn't it? Match of the day. What other big fixtures are on today? Still 0-0 in that carry at Olympiacos. Inter Liverpool's a good one. Yeah, it's them two. And they put those on at the same time as well. Big up to Arsenal's chief proctologist, formerly known as Butts, Dr. Seymour Butts. What we can be proud of this club is a long memory at an old ground that no longer exists, and the memories at the Emirates are coming close, justifying it and recycling. Yeah. Mike just keep dropping the B word in the chat. It rattles some people, but it doesn't rattle me one bit. Leave Saka at home. Yeah. I don't want him to play. The Carrier versus Olympiacos is being played now at night temps, 21 degrees. No. Ooh, wee. Glad it's not us. Better them than us. Like we say, better you than me. England Premier League round 16 Boxing Day game. Palace City. They play this weekend as well. I think we play Villa twice this month. I think City plays Sunderland twice this month. And Liverpool Man United play Wolves twice this month. The fixture is weird. Quaja says his starting 11: Kepa, White, Salmon, and Nketiah MLS. Norgard as captain. Odegaard, Madueke, Wanyeri, Martinelli, Gyökeres. Listen, whatever combination that we throw out there should be enough to beat Club Brugge. So what I think, I probably would keep Raya in goal for the champs games, but I don't mind Kepa. He's reps in it. I'm not playing MLS. I'm playing Calafiori because he can't play at the weekend. I'll just change MLS with Calafiori. Norgard, Odegaard, Wanyeri in the 10. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I think that should be enough. If we lose to Wolves, there's going to be mayhem. So if we lose to Wolves, that 68% goes to 0. Or it should do. Because I know my 38% will go to 17. Because you can't have a matchup of first versus worse and then not win. Speaking earlier, we said we never get carried away. We're talking about the campaign. For this game, shouldn't be a case of if we're going to win. It should be a case of how many. This should be one of them games, goal difference. I think we already have the best goal difference in the league. Oh, no, the hell we don't. Man City are tied with us. Plus 19. So, yeah, opportunity. Scarce commodity, like Bojo Bantan said, yeah? So an opportunity presents itself. The worst team in the football, worst team in the league is coming to your ground. Great opportunity. You only get this opportunity once, yeah? When the worst team comes to your ground. They've conceded 33 goals. Yep. With a title race between you and Man City, and they are 2 points behind, this could very well come down to goal difference. So an opportunity here that we must. Do they beat Derby record for the least points in a season? What was that, 11? I think Derby had 11, but they got 2 points from 15 games. I think Spurs gave them a point. That was the game that Paulina took his shirt off and celebrated for beating Wolves or for scoring the equalizer. But at some point now, if you're the other 19 teams, you're looking at yourself and be like, don't be that team that gives Wolves their first win. And it can't be the first place team giving the last place team their first win. That would be a major, major blemish. Big up, Mateo. Jace, I genuinely think that infamous Derby side got the lowest. Yeah, right. It doesn't look good. It looks like the fans were protesting yesterday, and it looks like they've accepted their fate because there is no way. 2 points from 15. If you're being generous and you give them twice as many points as they've gotten in the first 15 and their next 15, you put them at 6 points in 30 games. It's mad. 45, 50% for City, 5% Villa. Villa, 0% for Villa. None, 0. Now that eyes are on Unai Emery, watch him fuck this up. Big up the Jagans in the building. Manners and respect. Yeah, Jagas. Big up, man. But really, nah. The Emery, there is Unai Emery tax. You know, so over the next 4 or 5 weeks, remember when Villa started winless? The first couple of games didn't even score any goals. Now they're going a mad run. Now they have eyes on them, have pressure on them. Don't be surprised over the next 5 games that you see them go from third to eighth. And then you will see people come back and say, I told you Arteta was better than him, because it always has to be Unai versus Mikel. One crazy Spaniard versus the other. But I don't think Villa. Yeah. I don't know. But City, I don't know. When is them damn 115 charges dropping? They said before the end of the year, innit? Goddamn year about to end. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. A big up to Drilly, man. Only trophy in your stadium is the FA Cup after being built to rival the biggest clubs in Europe. This is what I'm saying. When I don't think we've lost our pride per se. I just think the club has to give us something to be proud of. And when they do, as loud as this fan base is, we'll be the proudest bunch around, innit? 42 of you locked in. Can we get to 30 likes? Nice and decent, people. Manners and respect to you. Appreciate you checking in and contributing to the football convo. We getting embarrassed today. Inter been very good this season. There's at some point there has to be a reaction from Liverpool, isn't it? Like a reaction performance. But like this is life beyond Mo. I think the players in that squad will recognize now that Mo Salah is not walking through that door. He will never step foot on that pitch again ever for Liverpool. So now whoever is starting on that right wing knows that they're going to be over there for a while. So, take your shoes off, kick your feet up. You're home now. There's no more shoehorning. But I had to change the username and handle. They didn't like my James Bond impression. The name is Butts. Dr. Seymour Butts. Hey, 2 points, brother. It is. Can't believe it. And though Arsenal do have history of losing to the bottom place team in the Prem, I remember seeing us lose to Hull 1-0 at the Emirates when Hull were bottom of the Prem. I mean, I remember, was it January of 2023? I think Everton were either 19th or damn near bottom, and we went there and lost 1-0. Remember when Partey got subbed off and then in the 67th minute and they scored in like the 68th minute from a corner? We've done that. But that Everton team, the table was lying. This Wolves team isn't lying. They belong where they belong. Right? 15 games in, the table is starting to take shape, right? 15 games out of 38, that's about a third of the season played. Maybe 30, 40%. Can't do the math right now. But 15 divided by 38. You got it. Yeah? So that Everton team beat us 1-0 and they were down there at the bottom. So yeah. I hear your point, but it can't be us. We can't let this happen. Because the emotional damage to the team and to the fan base to see the big blue sharks swimming, and then the Premier League schedule gifted you Wolves at home, and you make a meal of that. Oh, hell no. We cannot. Really, hopefully Dutch Bigs host 7 Inter versus Inter and get him out of here. Jesus. Immediate Alonso or Stybeg in. Salah slap around head. Kanate out of here too. I think Kanate goes. I think his head is turned. Whoever will offer him a contract now, he better take it. Respect. Big up, Mel. Hope you are good. The Toronto Raptors taking a dip, and I'm enjoying it. Big up to you. Emery had pool and stuff at Anfield. Yeah, he came there and I said this right after that stream. I said, watch Unai Emery go to Anfield, have Emi Martinez just essentially give Mo Salah an assist, trying to play off from the back. But against us, he'll put in a masterclass. So said, so done. He does this. He does. Wolves in terrible form, and along comes Arsenal. Seen this scenario before. The eyes. Hey, Miss Melina bigging up the assembled. Big up with the likes, people. Love. Dre says, Darren, Legend. Salah has to go. Slat also has to go. We need a fresh start. Would anyone believe Liverpool fans would have been Slat out before December? It's mad, you know. Into our top in majority attacking metrics in the league. Maybe defensive matrix too. Yeah, their defense is wicked. It ain't happening for us today, despite our good record at the San Siro. I think with Inter, they play well as a team. They defend well as a unit, and they can frustrate the shit out you. And that Lataro, you know, they play. They're not a counter-attacking team per se, but when you turn the ball over against this bunch, they do get forward with high efficiency. All that matters is we bounce back from the defeat. Most champions have lost at least 3 games, says Alpha Century. Yeah. So yeah, we already I said 4. I think the max we can lose is 4. But then the rest just has to be wins. It can't be, these an abundance of draws. The only way a draw will be acceptable in match week 33 when we go to Man City is if we are 5-6 points clear of them. And then we just keep them at bay. But KP thinks over the next 15 games, our lead will grow. I hope he's right, but I don't see it. This team is actually massively missing Kai. He's such a clutch player. Kai. Which guy are we talking about? The donkey. I mean, you can say this team actually is missing Kai, and it would be you can justify it, but the massively, I will cross out. I will cross out the massively. You know when you turn in a paper, and the teacher gets the red ink, and I will cross out the massively. Not correcting your grammar or anything. I'm just saying, I would take out the massively if I was making the statement, and the clutch, I would leave that off. The team is missing Kai Havertz. Fair. We're missing him as a different profile than Gyökeres, but massively, and he's a clutch player. All right, his conversion rate by itself takes him out the clutch category for me. Can't ever want your team to lose, whatever the reason for it is. At least for me, anyways. It's very difficult for me to predict an Arsenal loss. I still haven't predicted one this season. The worst result I predicted was a 2-2 draw versus Bayern. We need to wait another month, and Alonso will be available. Might not even that long. Pep could punch his ticket tonight. Because if they get punched up, he goes. I do believe. If they lose, a competitive game, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Well, not tonight. City play tomorrow, yeah? But yeah, if they get punched up at the Bernabeu tomorrow by Manchester City, he's going. Here's a good thought discussion. Who is the second best manager in the league? Big Six were debating it. It couldn't decide who is better, Emery or Slat. So I heard that discussion as well, Dr. Seymour Butts, and this was my response to it in real time. And I was watching it in real time when I was driving or listening. The Premier League managers, there's Pep, and then the rest. That's it. There is no second. You got the best and the rest. It's him and a cluster of them. Emery, Arteta, Glasner, I throw them all in a bunch. All of them. And here's why I say that. If Scott, Emery, Arteta, Glasner, Iraola, if the biggest jobs in world football became available, I don't think any of them is getting a phone call. But I think if Pep becomes unemployed tomorrow and is still willing to work, every single club lines up for his services. So I think there's number one, and then there's the rest. Made me chuckle as well. 31 likes, 32 in the building. We jiving. Jace, the worst part about leaving Highbury for me is just the memories. We got sold the dream of moving to compete with the biggest trophies. We were successful and far more respected in the Highbury days. Yeah. But then the money comes, bigger stadium, bigger this, bigger that, and then commercialize, and then we forget who the hell we were. But he said the quiet part out loud though. If Pep is clear and there's no defiable second best, shows how poor the league is. I just, or it can be just how good Pep is, or it shows not the league per se, but shows just how poor the pool of manager is. Not so much the league, because this Premier League at one point had Fergie, Wenger, Mourinho all competing against each other. Throw Ancelotti in there, So shows how poor the pool of managers are, but not the league in itself. Kai Rooney. King Kai. Miss Melina is back. Big her up. Just say the team is actually missing. Yeah, he has a purpose in the team. We're leading 2-0. Gyökeres comes on. He goes on and scored the third goal. That Bilbao preseason game was like a microcosm of what he could be in this team. Big up to Gianni and the chat. Guy isn't clutch, or we would have won the Premier League. The team's starting to hurt because Arteta won't adapt to Gyökeres. Havertz will make a difference. Now, with the best center-back pairing in the league missing for him, and Mosquera missing for him, he must adapt. Like Gianni's saying here, he must play a style that's conducive to Gyökeres scoring goals. Because Havertz is not fit. Marino, part-time striker. Stopgap. Emergency. Throw him up there. We have no one else. Let's not pretend like he was a masterstroke. He was up there last year because everyone was injured. And he was up there this year because everyone is injured. All three of our strikers injured. So he plays up there. So with Gyökeres starting, and if Gyökeres can't bang against Wolves, oh shit. People, conversations need to be had. Because it seems like Arteta has this thing where he doesn't like to play Gyökeres and Eze together. And I don't know why he likes to do that. Gyökeres comes on at halftime, Eze goes off. What's that about? I don't like that. Every single time. If Gyökeres cannot bang against Wolves, oh my God. If he doesn't, then it's sabotage. And don't be surprised if he lands up front and then Eze is not on the pitch. Because even though I don't love Eze out left, everyone knows that. I think if Eze is on the left and Saka is on the right, against Wolves, Gyökeres should get some chances. I hear you, but this man needs to go turn Anfield into a circus. Joke thing. Second best is still clap. That hurts Kool-Aid, Odegaard, Jesus, the man take Blunderman and his project system and run him out of the place. There's Pep and the rest, and then there's Mikhail and Ruben. Yeah, that's essentially what I'm at. Pep is in a class by himself, and there's the rest of them. But there is no second. It's vacant. Like that. I'm with you. Slot shouldn't be there anymore. Just don't want us to lose for that to happen. Slot doing it by himself. So, a draw then. You get a draw, and then he goes. Or you throw away a 3-goal lead again, a 2-goal lead away at Ellen Road. That's as bad as a loss, isn't it? I think Hursler is the future prospect for being a top manager, in my opinion. He looks good tactically, but remember over the summer we were saying Thomas Frank looked very good tactically at Brentford. Then he goes to Tottenham and looks like a complete lunatic. So maybe some of these mid-level managers are just that, Yeah, I meant the league is currently not over time. Everyone playing for draws, robotic football. Why not change the draw rule? Instead of getting a point for a draw, you lose a point instead. So on the very first off topic that we did on Shenguna's channel with Jez and Kenny and all these other men, one of the drastic radical changes that I had proposed, it will never happen, but 0-0 draws, nothing. For you to get a point in the draw, you'd have to score a goal. 1-1, 2-2, whatever. But you play for 0-0, then now tired of teams coming out trying to stink out the place. You want to get a point, you score a goal. But that will never happen. Big up to man. Gyökeres is a brick. Unfortunately, he is incapable, in all caps, of adapting to the team to Gyökeres. He knows nothing about attacking football. Well, if he can't attack this bunch, if he can't attack the most porous defense in all of the Premier League, then when we hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, people. Help the community grow, the man says. Big up LFC Monster. Arteta probably start Marino against Wolves. I wouldn't put it past him. He will start Marino, and have Eze and Gyökeres. And have Eze out there and Odegaard and this. But as soon as Eze comes on, one of the guys who can get the ball to Gyökeres takes one off and brings the other one on. He cannot deploy the players to attack properly. The only thing he knows is to scream, get back, and wave his arms about. 50 seconds in the game, men's already out in instructions. But if they pass the Gyökeres, the guy might actually score. When was the last time Glock had a shot? Glock must be out there wrestling with man, And I said after the very first game we played away at Old Trafford, I think he was unfortunate that we were going up against his former coach who knows his weaknesses and exploited it and showed it for the rest of the league to see, because the league was all over him. Every time I looked, he was on the ground. And I'm not sure the Portuguese La Liga was that physical. He could bully people. Because remember the Olympiacos goal, he was bullying the shit out of them, man. But you turn it into a wrestling match, it takes him off of his game. When it comes to teams in the second place, it's seen as the first loser. Apply the same logic to managers. Yeah, but then you know what? When Fergie, Marino and Wenger was there between 98 and 06, legitimately, 1, 2, or 3, either team could win the league. Because between 98 and 06, we had 3 different Premier League winners. We went from us to United. United kept it. We took it. United took it. We took it, and Chelsea took it. Now I'm not sure, because then you would have to throw Arteta and Maresca and Emery in a group with Pep, and nah, It's completely different game for managers when they expect to attack while controlling games instead of just being reactionary. But there's something tells me that these boys want to attack. They want to kill off teams. Just go back and look at the joy and the jubilation last year when we beat Man City 5-1. That's the type of football they want to play. Not the 1-0 versus Fulham set piece. I'm sure they enjoyed the win, the points. But you footballers want to play football, isn't it? Darren, just remember, Blunderman was Ronaldinho's roommate at PSG. He hates talented and attacking players ever since. That's the thing, because that pussy old Dunga, remember Dunga, who left Ronaldinho of the 2010 World Cup squad? Hate flary players. Hated him. And he did learn from Pep. And remember, one of the first players Pep got rid of when he took over Barcelona was Ronaldinho. Probably just Teta is excited on Kai's return, as he's set to be the first choice striker. Yeah, we have a lot to looking forward to seeing Kai clumsy ass on the ground. See, Victor Gyökeres gets wrestled to the ground. Kai tackles himself. Kai just falls over in the box when no one touches him. So clumsy Kai comes back, hair flick, Odegaard. We've seen this movie before. It's Space Jam settings at Arsenal, turning a street baller like Eze into Timo Gervinho, or Jared Mueller, an award winner, into Sunday League player. If that's not an agenda, I don't know what is. Big up to Dal. Hey, what happened to the manager plus striker relationship? Remember, right? Henri Bergkamp, Giroud, Adebayor, Alba, all strong relationships with Graham and Wenger. They had trust in those players. Yeah, because they know these players could win them a game. Hey, we're having a stinker go win us a game. How many games did we see TT win for Wenger? Bro? We were having stinkers. We're leaking goals in that. Give me the ball. Let me do some magic. Seen enough of Havertz. Gyökeres is a big fucking disappointment. Where is goals? Wrestling with defenders for 90 minutes. It's not it. Big for nothing. They know that wrestling with him gets him off his game. Now the onus is on Gyökeres to fight that. But Gyökeres has never pretended to be this finesse link up Marino Havertz type striker. We know his strike is his profile. You know what I'm saying? We know what he's about. So let's see what it is, whatever. Big up to the chat for helping me out, helping me clock the boss who checked into the chat at the 1 hour and 7 minute mark. I clock him, big him up every single time. You know who it is, people. It's man like E. Ross.
Maybach music.
They can't keep a good man down. Always keep a smile when they want me to frown.
It's like boom, bye, bye, in a body boy head.
Where them a do, where them a try. Welcome.
Left and right, just so just a come. Left and right. Maybach music.
Listen, big up E-Ross every single time, every day of the week, twice on a Tuesday morning, yeah? Big up to E-Ross, man. Always checking in, always showing love to the channel. And big up to the chat for always pausing and let E-Ross get his love, man. Big up. The chat loves E-Ross, you know, and he returns the favor. So love for the love, people. E-Ross always takes the edge off. Big him up every single time. Where we at? And I don't even mind. We hire Emery just like Everton rehired Moyes. Nah. You don't ever go back to your ex, innit? I do think, though, that if we had kept Emery for 6 years and give him a Billy, we would have been better off. We would have won something. I don't think Emery would have fucked off all 3 titles. I'm just saying. Whether we rate Emery or not, I don't think we would have lost all 3 title races. Over. No. And in the event that we did, those 3 Europas that he was in, I think he takes one of them. Because he had one crack at the Europa and got us to the final with Mkhitaryan and Iwobi. You know what I'm saying? And we got to the final where Mkhitaryan couldn't even play because of political whatever in Azerbaijan. Because of his Armenian roots. He couldn't even go. He didn't even travel with the team. Somehow he got us there. Had to go to Napoli and win. Remember that purple kit? Aubameyang and Lacazette. So Unai Emery would have got one of them cups. You know? But he has the opportunity here. He's been given a golden opportunity now with the defense in shambles to go attack. Because he didn't use the defense being good as a license to go attack teams. So now you must. You cannot invite pressure onto you in Nketiah and Timber. And I do think he should switch Timber and Ben White, you know. Him playing Ben White at right back and Timber at center back, just flip him. Ben White was a center back at Brighton. He's better at center back than he is at right back. Now, from 2022 to 2024, Benjamin White was one of the best right backs in the league. Fair play to him. Big up Lenny Blanco every time. But the reason why Benjamin White was at right back is because Saliba came back from and was so good he had to play. And the 50 million he spent on Benjamin White, he had to play him. but he is a center back. He played there at Brighton. So you play him at center back and you put Timber back in. You put Timber back in the position where he's the best in the league. I think that suits us better. You don't think Arteta is sabotaging Gyökeres by the tactics where the through passes crosses into the box, chances for Gyökeres to score. Man needs sustenance for Arteta is starving him. Yeah, I do think he is the type where you have to create for. And I do. So, for example, Wolves, right? We're going to have 72 to 75% possession of the ball. Does Declan Rice need to play this game? No, sit him. Zubimendi lone 6. You can play your captain in your left 8 or play midfield. He can run over the place and look busy. And you play Eze. Right? You put 2 creative players behind him, 2 10s, if you will, even though I don't think Odegaard is a 10, but you know the deal. And you let Gyökeres have a go. You say, this is the game plan. Victor, we are going to play through you against the worst defense in the league. Probably the worst defense in Europe. My God, they're bad. They don't even know how to maintain their shape. The United should have gave him 6 in the first half. You know? Look at how Palace plays with Mateta. Look how City plays with Haaland. Those managers point the entire team at their strikers. Yeah. So the opportunity is there, you know. It's the buzzwords of today's stream. The opportunity for Mikel to use his attack now because he can't rely on his defense. And we shall see. Or those of us who know and don't trust him will have more ammunition to expose him to the people who don't. Yeah. Okay, here's an opportunity for your manager to show us that he can adapt. Because the road to a Premier League title is never paved smoothly where you're just going to get the same team playing against you the same. No. You need a different tactic the way you play against Wolves versus you play against City. So against Manchester City, you probably need this to solidify your midfield a little more. Against Villa, you probably do, but at home against Wolves, come on, man. When Kai attempts to shoot at home, he would end scoring for Chelsea at the Bridge. Sky, hey, cue up the mix, man. Big up, big up. The Portuguese league catfish the league first. Darweezy, no, Gyökeres. Now, yes, I've heard that. So did we sign the Swedish Gyökeres? I've heard it, but it's up to Gyökeres to prove us wrong. And the opportunity, again, I hate to overuse the word, but it's here for him. So do what you do, bro. How your thought on outgoing loans, etc. I don't want to see any outgoings. I need all these players for the cup runs. We already got what? We already got Fabio Vieira on loan. Make that permanent. If we can't get someone to buy Jesus or pay the bulk of his wages, you keep him and you use him against Portsmouth. Right? That way Saka or Trossard doesn't have to play. Minutes in the legs for the run-in. Because the way these training sessions are intense, we're gonna need everyone we can get. Best times of the day, yeah, man. Big up. Jeez. Yeah, so that the Burna Boy song last was actually a sample from Tony Braxton from 2000. Yeah, so the young people won't know it, but it was a song called, I forgot the name of the song, but it was a Tony Braxton song in 2000, produced by Dogchild Records, my brother Rodney Jerkins, and Burna Boy sampled it and made it a big old hit in 2022, 23. Yeah. Yep. It worked. It was a massive hit. Some of you guys acting like Gyökeres got some good chances and threw them away. No one passes to Gyök. Maybe Eze and he's out the team. He's now out the team. Arteta sets blocks up to fail. Are you guys blind? Ray Charles to the bullshit. Never go back to your ex unless it's Klopp and new thing is Slot. Listen, it sounds good. It sounds good, but let Klopp come back and stink this out. Oh shit. Because imagine Jurgen Klopp comes back and the form doesn't improve. Klopp comes back and then Gravenberch goes back into his shell. Because me and most of the Liverpool fans, I've had these discussions. And one of the things that Liverpool fans credit Slot the most with is he unlocked Gravenberch. Gravenberch's name was in the best midfielder in the Premier League conversation last year and then the first 5 games of this year. And that was credited to Arne Slot. Klopp signed him, never used him. You know? So the Liverpool team, that the players in this Liverpool team, I don't see a Gini Wijnaldum. You know, I don't see a Firmino, hold-up play type, techie. I don't see 220 goal a season, Sadio Mane and Mo Salah on the wings. I don't know. Now, would Liverpool fans accept Klopp comes back and say in 4 years we would win? I don't know. Unai wouldn't be in a title race at BBK Sports. My stance, fuck Unai. I don't know, Sheldon. Big and serious. I don't know. We didn't give him 6 years and $1 billion. I know you've seen the stories or you heard them when he wanted this guy and got that guy. He wanted Fabinho, they gave him Torreira. Wanted Zaha, they gave him Pepe. I think Arteta over the 6 years has gotten most of what he wanted. I don't know. And even if we weren't in the title race, and we had a Europa League and 2 more FA Cups, I'll take it. Fuck the title. Eventually, we would have got there. Let me find out Tony. Yeah, I didn't even know that. Big up to Tony. You know, that's one of my crushes. How long will it take before we see Havertz scoring? You know, could be a cheeky pen. He takes it. Ben White is not a good center back. I don't think he's dead. I don't think he's dead at center back, to be honest. But I don't like moving Timber out of his best position because Timber is a better right back at anyone in this league. So you leave him there and you take the risk at center back. Question, Rosicky or Trossard? Or could Trossard fit into the Wenger squad that had Nasri, Kanu, Reyes, Hleb, Bergkamp, and well, he doesn't have Bergkamp, Hleb, Tech. I don't know. Their finishing is kind of on par, isn't it? But that's a good one, the assemble. I'd probably go Rosicky, just. I said not until March. Oh my days. Big up to Gianni, man. Big him up all the time. Aaron said Havertz barely scores goals, and if he does, it's a second or third goal. He doesn't score clutch goals. Yeah. When we're flying, he throws it, fucks it off. Fucks it off completely. Remember, even in the 5-1 versus City, the first one he gets, he puts it wide. The second one didn't want it, passes it to Odegaard. Odegaard scores. Preseason game against Bilbao, he picks up the ball at halftime, says, I'm going to score. We're leading the game. If that was 0-0, he feels the contact and he probably goes over. But you know what? At this point, I don't even Havertz. He was at Chelsea for 3 years with all that creativity around him and scored 18 Premier League goals total. Total, not a season, not in his best season. His best season seeing 11 or 13 Premier League goals, I think. So he's never been the same way I say that Gyökeres doesn't pretend to be this guy or pretend to be that guy. No. Havertz is never pretending to be this 20 goal a season striker. I don't know what Mikel thinks he's going to make him out to be. Havertz been out so long, these players have forgotten about him. There was Jesus in that as well. There's no way Timber should be moved from right back. I agree. That's football madness. Arteta will lose us this league with all these fuckery. Plus, Kala should play left center back and Nketiah left back. Trust. Because we've seen him do this before, G Wills, when Timber would be out and then he would play Partey there. So essentially, you made your midfield weaker by you taking out your best midfielder. And Partey is not a defender, so you made your defense and your midfield weak with one move. Weaken 2 spots with one move. You play Timber at right back. He is better than everyone there. Keep him there. You take the risk with Benjamin White at center back. You know, Kai is doing fuck nothing. Oregon's favorite player. Remember last Christmas season, he wanted 29 to get a lump of coal in his stocking. Yeah, that's it. I didn't want to say it out loud, wahaha. So I appreciate you typing that. But that was a wicked album. Wicked album, not gonna lie. Because I'm an R&B junkie, you know. Hey. Listen, I fucked with Tony. That's my girl. I tell my wife all the time, if it's one celebrity you have to worry about, it's Tony. You know what I'm saying? You know, a deep voice kind of freaks me out sometimes, but that's a pretty woman right there. I'd say he wouldn't get into the teams over Overmars. Perez, I can't see it. Nah, definitely not over Bobby. Yep. Wenger type signing. Jace, I will judge Gyökeres under a manager that knows how to attack and use a striker. He made Alba look trash too. Yeah. And if we look across the board, all the attackers, most of the attackers, Saka maintained his level. Jesus came, you know, Trossard in and out of form. Martinelli, stagnant. Kai. The attack is just, I don't know, man. Klopp has the energy our fan base needs. Yeah, I think Declan Rice is a Klopp player, you know. Gini Wijnaldum. But he did grind him into the ground, man. When Gini went to PSG, he had nothing left in the tank. No faith in Arteta, says, Jesus. Not even going to attempt. I don't want to mess your name up. Is he still starting Odegaard and not learning his previous lessons? His captain. When the most legendary footballer of the club, or the most legendary defender of the club comes out and says, you will not win the league with Odegaard as your captain, and says that publicly, and you hear that as a manager, with your supreme ego, you are going to have something to say about that. And he doesn't want to just win the Premier League title. He wants to win it his way. So there we have it. Big up to Blacks. Yuck is a finisher, believe me. Problem is there's nothing for him to finish. Arteta wants our striker to play as a midfielder. This guy is obsessed with the midfield. Had good tech though. The ball stuck. The ball was stuck to him. Inconsistent with Trossard. Hey. Like Shanice. Didn't Shanice marry that guy Flex, the comedian, or something like that? But Tony over all others, man. Waffle, did you know that Jesus is going to make an appearance? He'll disguise it as rotation. Hey, yeah, they were good. Decent. Partey at right back was frustrating. Oh my goodness. And you know what? I don't think we won plenty of those games. Because like I said, the midfield was weaker, the defense was weaker, and then Saka would lose the overlap because Partey just didn't have the legs to get up and down the pitch like that. You know? It's mad. Eros, Oregon Goon, funny. We were just talking about this the other day along with Yago Bonito. I can't take it anymore. Arteta is so bad, we don't even have to think about it. But imagine having a manager this bad, right, and still have title hope expectation. This is how good we think the team is. The hell with the individual players and quality. As a unit, the consensus is we all believe that this team is good enough to win something. But it's like trying to climb a tree with one hand behind your back, and that's Arteta. Idi Amin, is that what it was? It was all together, man. I was trying to decipher it, but I don't want to, because some man be having names on YouTube that be catching you out. I see Turkish got caught out one day. He couldn't walk that back. So vexed. I see a guy caught Robbie out one time when he spelled his name and it read out erectile dysfunction, but the way he spelled it, Robbie didn't even catch up that he said erectile dysfunction. It was mad. When this cycle gonna stop? When it's gonna stop. When Bertha pulls the plug. Bertha pulls the plug and say, man, you are out of here. The clubs back in the 90s are off the chains, brother. Now you go to the clubs, everybody is in a corner with some hookah and shit, right? Man, them don't even go dance with the honeys or try to get something. Brother, man, them just be getting a hookah and bottles. Fuck all that, man. Hey, I like True Pen still too, but Jodeci were the kings. Hey, Jodeci. Now you move on to the 90s, there was 112 in Mint Condition, Jagged Edge, and all them, man. Big up to Sweet Cherry. Big up to you, baby girl. Big up to the chat. And hey, big up to Bobby. Big up to Sweet Cherry. Hope you are good, baby girl. Play some of this R&B make Sweet Cherry want. Take off our panty. Big up R&B stream. Arteta did some good things, but overall, it's just not a good manager. We in trouble. Oh, my days. But, the CD changer, I still got a CD changer in my car, I got my old car, man. I don't like these new cars. Hey, shy. Orgoon knows this shit, Jesus coming back at Christmas. Isn't this poetic timing? Hey, believe in Jesus. Look at my Jesus piece. How can we say the team is good when we don't rate half of them? It has holes. Big hole too, like Henry always say, more filler than killer. So the thing is, you're never going to have a perfect team, innit? If you're going to have a perfect team of perfect players, then you don't need a damn man. You'll never, forever, ever. That's why you need a manager to get the most out of the squads. You'll never have a perfect team. Even the Invincibles weren't perfect because you yourself said you would take Gabriel over Colo Torre. So Torre was the weak link. Liverpool won the league last year with Robo at left back. He's old now. The only reason why he's getting into the team is because Kirk has been shit. There will be a hole somewhere. Fergie was winning league titles with fucking Phil Jones and shit. I went to, oh Lord, really? Doc, hey, H-Town. hey, listen. The day we win the league, or the day Arteta gets sacked, it'll be one of those streams where we'll about all this shit here. That more filler than killer. Yeah, big up to Hendo for that one. Hey, them fuckers there. God damn. Big up to Tyson Mitchell. Big up to you, man. Manners and respects at Arteta out in the thumb in his profile pic. Oh, time check. Hour and a half. Jesus, what a mad stream. People, love. You know what it is. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the criticisms and all them something there. Good conversation always have to be had. Uncomfortable conversations always have to be had. But the question in the thumbnail, do I fear Pep more than I have faith in Arteta? Yes. And that's why I'm in a low 30 percentile why I think we will win this Premier League. I don't have all the faith, but I do have a little. I think we can because I believe the team is good enough to win something. The Premier League title is included in that something. Yeah. But big up to everyone. Love, people. Enjoy some Champions League football. We will be back later. Don't know when, but later we will be back. Like I always say, people, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.
Play them up.